Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning on this beautiful morning day.
It is a beautiful morning day. The sun is nice. The sun is out. Sorry about the last podcast where it was breaking up a lot. We were messing a lot with the wire and this.
Going through our learning curve, so we'll see.
Yeah. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Cosmic Ocean. I am Nayeli.
And I am Fatima. You can follow me on Hija del Maíz, Instagram and TikTok.
And you can follow me at the Nay_area on all platforms. I'm literally on all platforms, so
All platforms, yeah.
all platforms.
Are you on Twitter?
I am on Twitter. It's the Nay area that I use.
Is that your?
My crazy conservative side. Yeah, I'm like, but after Sophie's talked, so
It makes sense what Sophie said.
yeah, so Sophie said that TikTok is just conservative, period. And I thought it was because I followed all these Bitcoin people, and I'm like, oh, I guess they're conservative because they also their stuff is pretty only about Bitcoin, but is solely about Bitcoin. But sometimes some things they'll post is conservative, so I think that's how I got into conservative TikTok. Because X, because I will click on it and I will read it, but then I have to close the app because I get pissed. I get pissed. Some people are crazy. With my Twitter. But anyways, I'm also on Blue Sky. Blue Sky is like when I don't know what happened with X. It wasn't when they changed it from Twitter to X. They just I think they were boycotting X or boycotting Elon Musk a while ago, that they made Blue Sky, which is like a variant of Twitter. But it's pretty chill. No, you know which one I'm on more? Threads, I think. I've been using Threads.
Oh, I haven't used that one yet.
Yeah, but I don't know.
What is it?
It's another variant of Twitter too, but it's Instagram. It's connected to Instagram.
I don't know if I can have this one.
Yeah, it's a lot. Oops. Sorry, I forgot about
What about that other one, Lemons? What is that?
Lemon A is like TikTok and Instagram combined. I don't really like Lemon A.
Is it Meta?
No, it's TikTok. It's the owner of TikTok.
Oh, okay.
So when they banned TikTok, or when they were planning on banning TikTok, they were talking about how everybody go to Lemonade, because connected to TikTok. So whatever you post, it'll also post on TikTok.
Oh.
But when they banned TikTok, they banned Lemonade because it's the same owner.
Oh my god.
I know, I didn't know that. They also banned, did I tell you that they banned CapCut, which is what I use to edit our...
Why they ban? But we have to pay for that one.
No, I don't pay for that one. No, I pay for a different thing. I pay for PixArt, which is...
Oh.
That's what I make my advertising and all these different things.
And they banned it?
They banned CapCut. I was like, what the actual fuck? And so they banned it on Saturday, but it was open on Sunday, so I was able to post it.
Oh, that is so crazy.
What is it called? There's a shit ton of platforms. You can follow me on all of them. What else? So I finally changed the Cosmic Ocean because you know how it was named for a while. I realized that I had named it the Cosmic Ocean Podcast. So I changed it to just the Cosmic Ocean.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so on everything.
And I saw your new flyer, and you put TNA?
TNA, the Nay area.
That.
Yeah, it's always been TNA, girl.
But I hadn't noticed.
That's how I made. That's how the Scarab became my logo, because I saw a video a long time ago when I lived in the RV that was like, when you are trying to figure out a logo, just use the first letters of your company name and try to make a symbol out of it.
I remember when you were playing with them.
Yeah, so I kept trying to figure it out, and so I figured it out. So the N, I made it like a lowercase n, and I made it like the body. I made it the body of the beetle, and then the T inside, which would be the wings, or
my
like
God.
the T. I'm trying to paint the picture for you so you can see it. And then I was like, oh, that looks like a beetle, and then it was better. It came out better than when I did it last time. And then I just used AI to make it what I wanted to make it. And I got a free trial so I can get the good designs. And I sent them to you.
I saw it. I didn't know the full process. That sounds like
Yeah. So and I feel like it's a little complicated. Cause remember I was gonna hire that person to make it for me, but we got stuck because, and this was essentially what I was telling this person. Like I wanted
it's so pretty. I really like it.
the little sun, and then like this is what I wanted.
And look
but
at all the planets.
Yeah, this is the Cosmic Ocean logo. The Nay Area logo is just
I like that picture of you.
is just this.
Oh, okay. Oh, perfect. So I like. Okay, I
You know
like
what
it.
I mean?
That you incorporated both. That's beautiful. So anyway, let's get down to business. That is so
I
cute.
don't know why that's there.
This week has been a crazy week. I feel.
Why?
I feel like let's talk about it a little bit. I think one of the so this week with the new administration in office, politically, it's just been really crazy high. Just a lot of fear going around.
Yeah, 100%. The
Oh my
political
gosh.
climate, everybody are posting just
Starting this week, so yeah, starting Monday, I feel like it's just been really, really. There's just so much fear mongering, and then it goes into anger, and then everybody's just fighting, and it's our teacher posted something really beautiful. You reposted it.
Yeah, on my Facebook, on my personal Facebook.
Yeah. Do you wanna share what it said?
So, basically, she said, I'm trying to remember it, like, she's worried about us. She's worried about the people who are getting stuck in the anger. She essentially starts off talking about how she's been seeing a lot of anger, a lot of turmoil, with everything that's been going on. But she's also seen a lot of like anger towards each other, a lot of fighting, and that she's worried about us or the people that are in that, and that if we don't move out of that space now, then we can get stuck in it. I think that's what she said. I don't remember. Watch people suffer deeply because of their deep held beliefs. I think that's a really good one. That people have become hateful, mean, extremely opinionated, very close minded, and deeply trapped in what we call mental sabotage. That our mind wants to be in opposition all the time. So it's like you're never really going to find inner peace if you let your mind play devil's advocate, right? She talks about how we're essentially participating in the great trap of division, and we're doing one hell of a job, but you're also making yourself sick being in this space. It's creating harm in your spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical health, and you're racking up karma. We talked about this in our live, I think a few days ago. So she's like, snap out of it. It is poison to a sick body, gasoline to a fire out of control. Turn off the news, stop scrolling, go take a bubble bath, get lost in a good love story, play with your kids in the snow, get some exercise, eat something clean, healthy, turn into your faith, check on your kids, check on your elders. You cannot fix everything. You cannot fix the world from your hate.
And I think that's the key is like stop scrolling, stop looking at
Stop
watching TV, stop looking at TikTok, stop Facebook, everything. Just stop looking at everything because all that is popping up right now is all of that. And it's all hate, anger, fear. And it's like, and I get it. I totally get it. I 100% send my love, I pray for our people, for everything that's happening. I totally 100% get it. It's very close to home.
Yeah.
So I understand. It's just like I tell my family, I was like, we just can't live in that fear.
Yeah, we
can't
cannot
live. Of course, we're going to
create that reality if we live in our fear.
And we are going to take the precautions and what we have to do, right? Because we're human, we're living this existence, but we're not going to fall into that fear. And I especially see it in falling into fear, start hating, right? Like starting, like going out and like looking. I think for me, the biggest thing is like going outside and being scared of the way people are going to look at you or the way they're going to talk to you. And I just think that is so unnecessary.
Or also just being so afraid that you don't leave the house.
Right.
Being so afraid you don't do the things that you used to do. You deprive yourself of whatever, of living. And then you're not even at that point surviving. I mean, I guess a part of you is like, yeah, you're in survival mode, but you're struggling because we were talking about how some of the people that we know aren't even going to work, and they because they're afraid
Yeah.
of
And that is so valid.
the
That is
rates.
so valid.
Yeah.
So valid. But then it's like, okay, how much
Don't
how
live
do
in
you,
that fear.
yeah. But Sophie was telling me, I dropped her off at school this morning. She said that so many kids didn't go to school yesterday. That there was a lot of absence. And then she's like, the teachers were saying it's because of the snow, but it's because of the rates. I was like, oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
That is so sad. I think for me, that's one of the saddest parts is that they're going into schools and messing with the children. It's like, protect the children.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that.
But even so, as we say this, like, I want you to pay attention to your mind. I really want you to be in observer role. Like, what are you thinking as we have this conversation? Because a part of me, as we talk about this, like, I remember my shaman, whenever she would talk about political issues and we'd be in class, my mind right away would be in opposition. It'd be like,
Yes.
but no,
yes,
but no,
yes.
but you can't say that. But
Yeah.
like, it didn't matter how many times she explained it. Until I realized that my mind was in opposition, like my mind was gonna fight every single step of the way, like I could not understand. So I want you to be an observer role when we're telling you to create your reality and don't stay in the fear. What does your mind tell you?
So when we say create, like our mind always wants to be in opposition. What that means is like it's always wanting to fight. It's like in defensive mode, and it's like
Yeah.
always looking at, well, no, well, like if I tell you yes, you're gonna say no. If I tell you red, you're gonna tell me blue. So it's that constant need to fight and argue and defend something,
Or just to be different too,
to be different.
to give you that other side.
Oh my god, and that's such a how funny that we're talking about that, because I feel like yesterday, like that's the issue I always have with Sophie, and I think that yesterday,
Yeah, Sophie comes to mind. Poor Sophie. Yeah, and yesterday was yesterday was a perfect example of that. Like, with whatever I would say, whatever you would say, whatever, it was always that opposition. Like, we never get the outcome that we're looking for,
No.
whatever.
So yesterday we were in the kitchen, me and Elia and Sophie and the babies, and then I was telling her like, you have to do this, and so she obviously always has to argue everything.
She was telling Sophie.
Yeah, to clean and to do this, and she argues everything, and then but she was talking and she was okay and we were communicating, but then Ayeli puts in her 2 cents and ooh, it just sparked the fire.
Yeah,
Sparked the fire.
and then hence the mind is in opposition. No, but she was still kind of in opposition. It just wasn't as intense.
It wasn't as intense, but then with you it went from
zero to
from 20 to 100.
Yeah. And
there was really no need to fight. I guess that was the whole point. There was no need.
Yeah,
No need.
No. I do have a little bit of built up resentment because she still hasn't like picked up her shit. You know what I mean? And I'm trying not to tell her stuff. So in me not telling her stuff, I'm like bottling it up. You know what I mean? Because I like to communicate.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like just take deep breaths. Like,
go
her mess,
go
take
connect.
deep breaths. I know I haven't connected in a minute. Es que me da una flojera. I need to take my iron immediately. I know you have been telling me.
We have to go buy that good iron.
Yeah. But anyways, so do we understand? Like, should we explain a little bit more about mind being in opposition, or
I
we
think
good?
let's give another example, because sometimes like
You know what? You can also tune in, enroll into our classes to have a better understanding of what we're talking about.
Oh, nice shameless plug.
We start classes April 8th for our shadow work classes, and I think if you take them, we'll explain better what we mean by your mind being in opposition, because this is essentially shadow work, but also the importance in eliminating. How do you eliminate? How do we integrate? So you should think about it. But anyways,
Nice.
how did we come out of that? Because we lived in that.
So, okay. So going on that point, we lived in the opposition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Can I plug
did.
something else right away?
You can plug something else, but as you do that, I'm gonna get a charger for my iPad.
Okay. It's up there, Mira. Do you see? So, but so okay. So the times that we're living, right? All this fear and all this scarcity and all of this, that's going on. We think that this is only happened to us now and blah blah blah. But I was talking to my teacher's teacher. Oh, he's such a blessing. He's such a beautiful little man. I was talking to him and he was telling me how he's like, this happened in the 90s. He's like, history just repeats itself. And it just reminded me that it is so true. History just repeats itself. And everything. So right now we're thinking, oh my gosh, how are we going to come out of this? How are we going to be okay? We are going to be okay because we've already lived this. This has already happened. And what the good, so with everything bad that's happening, there's always good that happens, right? So what that does is that gives us this opportunity to connect as a people, to just really look into yourself and find those like that
Find the beauty.
the beauty, but that resilience, that, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
Like that growth, that esa fuerza.
There is as much light as there is darkness.
Yes. So it goes back into being in that duality. In order for there to be dark, there has to be light.
In order for there to be light, there has to be dark. There's always that other side of the coin. Do you believe that you at one point lived in your mind being in opposition? Like, okay, and I remember, so I'm worried too, because this deeply affects my family.
Right. It affects all of my family too. It affects all of us.
Yeah, it does.
And so for us, we do have moments where we get scared.
Yeah. But hold on.
Okay,
Let me
okay,
finish
go.
my thought. And so I was like so scared that I even called the lawyer, and I was asking all these questions, and I was like, if something happens, how can I reach you? Because you never fucking answer. And they were like, just call and tell us what's happening, and we'll get to you as soon as we can. And I was like, great. Because literally it took me like 4 weeks to get a hold of somebody at that fucking office. But anyways.
People don't work during that time.
You're right. I'm only saying you're right because I don't want my mind to be in opposition. Yes. But that's crazy because I can be like, if you listen to the podcast and you watch me, you're going to realize, oh, her mind's in opposition like a lot, okay? A lot, especially when I was pregnant.
A lot.
And
I think even the TikTok, you had a moment where you were freaking out that it was going to get banned.
I had a moment. I did have a moment.
Yeah, so that was
it
you
wasn't.
in the
I
opposition.
never lied.
Yeah.
I never did not say that. I had a moment, and then I went to my mom and I was like, "Mom, do you think it's gonna get banned?"
No.
And I was like, "Okay, good."
And but that is so funny. When I would that night when I logged in and it was out, I was like, "What the hell? This is
it's actually banned." Literally,
like,
literally.
What the hell?
But it came back right away.
Yeah.
And
remember, we are human.
And I was about to tell you, so you were like, I said. The abogado, the lawyer, never answers.
Oh, yeah.
It took me like a week, 4 months. I mean, 4 weeks, 1 month to get a hold of these people.
Yeah.
And then you were like, it's Christmas time, blah, blah, blah. I could have been like, but, la, na, 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 na. And you could have said something else, and I still would have been like, but.
Right.
And I do that a lot.
But then I also give you solutions, because like, ask for the office manager. Ask them, when they're...
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So sometimes...
But I just wanted to give an example, a live example of how my mind can go into opposition with just one simple word, but. And it's like, if I just say you're right, I'll let it go. I don't have to go in a cycle. I don't have to keep going and going and going. I can let it go and I can move on with my life and I can find that inner peace that I am yearning for when it comes to dealing with the lawyer. But I'm serious. The peace, if you're yearning for peace or bliss or being anxiety free, what if it could just be as simple as let it go? So stop thinking.
So here's an idea. Practice that with Sophie.
I'm trying.
So trying. Sophie and Ailey's fight of their whole life is cleaning.
Yeah. We're still at it.
We've been talking about this
2 years later and we're still at it. So, send help. You know what? Send somebody. Lady. No. Send somebody that will teach Sophia how to clean.
She knows how to clean. She cleans really good. She was all on cleaning TikTok for months.
Well, what good did that do her?
During COVID, she would clean so good.
So what happened?
She's just lazy. She just got lazy.
I don't know, girl.
No, I'm working on her, but let it go. Let it go, sister.
It's because
my sister in community.
Yeah. Our okay. You're right. That's all I needed to hear. Right.
She just got humbled, guys.
You can tell me that in the moment. I think I will calm down.
Okay, what do I tell you? Let it go, sister.
Go, sister.
Okay,
Or
okay. So that's a total our teacher Natalie. That's a total
yeah,
Natalie's.
yeah. So in community, Natalie has created an environment where she calls people sister, and everybody calls people sister or brother or whatever, right? Um, because and she mentioned that she's like, I'm not your like, yeah, I'm your teacher, but she had talked about it. Do you remember her talking about it? Yeah, and she's like, that's why I call everybody sister, like, because we're all in this together. I don't remember honestly, but I remember her talking about it. I just don't remember what she explicitly said. Anyways, so in class, when she teaches, she'll say like, don't get lost, sister. When it comes to our journey and, connecting with ourselves, we have to remember our path. We have to remember why we're here, and we have to remember the energy that we embody and whatever. So she says, don't get lost, sister. And when my mom and I were like, connecting together, we like doing our little meditation practice or whatever. She was asking me something about our classes.
It was like what energy we were working with that day.
Okay. And I looked at her and I was like, don't get lost, sister. And then
and I was like, okay. We went back to our work and to our connection. And
like 3 weeks later, I find out that I'm giving her the wrong fucking information the whole time. So the sister that was lost was the sister that was like,
was that sister?
Lost, sister? It was me. I was lost the whole fucking time.
It's me. I'm the problem.
It really was. Okay.
But
anyways.
That was funny.
So that's why she tells me that. That's why she told me that.
Yeah.
The let it go, sister. Don't get lost, sister. Okay. So, 100%. I'm going to let it go. I wanted to give you a real live example of your mind being in opposition. Yeah. Be an observer role so you can see when your mind is in opposition is really as simple as paying attention to when your mind says, but this, but that.
So like, and this is like real, right? Like what we're living right now. And it is scary. And I think it's way easier to say, it's not your reality. Don't live in that fear. It's so much easier. So I think this is where we all have to really put in that work and show what we have been able to complete, to learn, to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. Somewhere, I think it may have been a channeled message. They were it came through that it was like, no, you had made a comment, but I'm going to pause because I want to finish my thought.
Okay.
About something else. So, yes, this is very real. This is our life. And you're right. We do have to implement everything that we are learning, learning. So, where I got sidebarred, like where I got
lost.
Something
lost, sister.
I was talking about how this is real for us and how both of our families are affected. And so I called the lawyer and I was like, what the hell? Like, just in case, like, what are we going to do? And they scared me. I thought they were supposed to help me. Like, I thought I'd feel a lot more secure, but they scared me more. And I was in bed and I was already like, everything is fine. We're going to be fine. We're protected. And like, and my husband is really protected. Like he walks like very divinely. So there was nothing to be afraid of. But then I asked the fucking lawyer and I spiraled from there. I spiraled.
I came down or you came up and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. I was like, what the actual fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
And that night I was laying in bed and I almost had like a whole ass panic attack. Like my heart was beating so fast. I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I was like, everything is fine. Like I had to keep reminding myself over and over and over again. And then I was getting even more freaked out because I was thinking about it while I was laying in bed about to go to sleep. So that's like the most beautiful time to be manifesting. And I was like, no, I don't want to manifest this. I was like freaking out. I was spiraling. And I just was taking deep breaths. I was literally trying to, what is it called? Distract myself with like other things, like thinking about.
But when you're deep, hardcore in it is so hard. It is so hard.
Yeah,
to change that thought process.
It is, but I think that we don't have the luxury to get lost in it anymore.
No, we can't. It's like we used to be able to say like ignorance is bliss, but I think it no longer applies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have acquired the skill of being really good at observing ourselves,
Yeah, and then
that we can't close our eyes.
we get to the point where it's like you can't bullshit anymore.
No.
Like, you gotta stop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're like, well, I don't even, because there was also a point in my life where I was like, well, shit, I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. How the hell am I gonna catch myself? She passed the fuck out. She's so
Thank
cute.
God.
She looks so precious.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus.
I know this one too is asleep. Okay. Practice makes perfect, or practice makes permanent. If you practice being observant, you're going to recognize, oh my God, I also have that skill of observing myself, and I also can no longer be ignorant. But if you're barely starting your journey and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing half the time, I'm blacking out all the time, which was me. I felt like disassociating so much. Just practice. It's not as hard as your mind makes it to be, because your mind wants to be in opposition.
I think just notice and feel and start actually feeling those things. 'Cause when
Yeah.
you start blocking or disassociating, then you don't feel it, and that's why it keeps coming up and coming up. And
Yeah.
coming up and
Yeah.
coming up.
And don't. So while I was laying there in bed, I just remember freaking out, right? And I could feel it was just my mind. It was my head telling me all these different things. My mind likes to be in opposition. So when I would say it's okay, my mind would be like, no, no, no. And list 10 different reasons why it's not. It's okay, another 10 reasons. And even if it's the same one, it doesn't matter. It was a cycle, it was a circle. So when I would take deep breaths, I would focus on my body, and I could feel my heart racing. I could feel my shortness of breath. I could feel like almost like I'm about to start shaking. I would keep taking deep breaths and slow and distract my mind, because I was also recognizing that I was just telling myself the same stuff over and over and over again. I was stuck in repeat. And so then I would take those deep breaths, and it just got a lot more peaceful slowly. So just take deep breaths and trust the process. Because if you're like, well, I'm taking a deep breath and nothing is happening, take deep breaths and feel, and watch as you take more deep breaths, those feelings are going to go away.
When I was really bad and when I was really anxious and I would have those bad anxious moments, I remember I would do that activity of 5, right? So you'd have to find like, what is it? Look at 5 things, see 5 things, smell 4 things, touch 3 things. It's the 5 senses.
Yeah.
Smell. So all the 5 senses, and just go down, and that really helps you ground. It helps you come back into your body and out of your head.
Yeah. Yeah. I never liked that, because
You didn't.
I didn't have the patience, I think, to do all of that. And there's another reason. Oh, because I couldn't. Like, I just could not.
Oh my God! So that because you were so hardcore
I was so
in
bad that I could not do that. You know what I mean? I remember I was in Starbucks and I cut my finger. And
it's because that one you cut it really bad.
I did. I still have a scar. But everybody else was chill about it, I feel like. Everybody else was just so in work. Because Starbucks is so fast paced, like nobody has time to breathe. And I think I cut it during like a moment that it was like a peak time. Like it was really hella busy. And somebody was like, okay, everything's fine, and just sit down. Was it that? Or did I have like a panic attack or something?
I think you had a panic attack when you called me. You were still in it in your panic attack. She calls me crying. She used to call me crying all the time.
Yeah, all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
It's like my MO, girl.
Yeah.
And I remember somebody was like, just do that. I could not. I think I did the 5, but after that, I was just like disassociated.
Oh my
I was like, la 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 la. I could not. I physically couldn't. Anyway, so.
Okay.
Yeah, after that night, I just kept reiterating to myself over and over and over again, I am not going to live in that fear. I am not going to live in that fear, because what you think is what you create. We go super in depth about this in our shadow work class. And I'm being so for real though, that essentially is the foundation of our shadow work class. What you think, how you feel, they create your reality.
Mm-hmm.
They're connected. What you think will, and it's biology. It's called, well, I don't know if I really want to talk about this or if I should just let you. Should I talk about it
What?
a little bit
Like-
more on
Like
why?
trauma in the brain?
No, why does what you think create your reality?
Yeah, you can talk about it.
Okay. So the biology or the genetic reason, the biological reason, the scientific
The
reason
scientific.
is when you think about something, your brain will release chemicals based on what you think.
Mhm.
So if you are happy, it's going to release endorphins or and they growth hormones. Or if you are depression,
So let me explain that a little bit better. So let's say you have this beautiful, happy experience that you're out in the park eating ice cream, and then you smell some oranges, and you're just super happy. So then next time you smell oranges, you correlate that smell to that happy day in the park with ice cream, and so that's how you create those memories.
okay.
Those experiences. Okay, go ahead.
Um, and then vice versa with something
Right.
heavy,
So if you had like
painful.
some chicken and it made you throw up, you'll never eat chicken again because you
Real.
correlate it with it made you throw up.
real.
Yeah.
And you'll think about something, how it's gross or whatever, and your brain will release cortisol, stress hormones.
Because you're actually reliving those traumatic moments, that throwing up, that car accident, whatever. You're releasing those hormones. So your body is reliving those events.
Yeah. You're going more into the trauma.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you're
we
right.
do talk about that
You're right.
in the shadow work class.
Okay.
This is a whole 2-hour, 3-hour day / class that we do
Okay.
just on this. By
You're
the way,
right. I'm going into trauma.
yeah, but it's okay. Okay. So, anyways, your based on your thoughts will dictate what chemicals your brain will release. Happy thoughts, happy chemicals. Bad thoughts, bad chemicals. So, when your body releases happy chemicals, it is those chemicals go into your bloodstream. Natalie talks about how your blood is essentially, it is what, it's like life force energy, or it's what carries I don't have my book with me, but so I don't want to say this is what she says verbatim, so I'm going to take away what Natalie says because I don't want to say something that she doesn't say. But how your blood carries life force energy. Your blood is essential, and it makes perfect sense. Why? Because if you're releasing happy thoughts and it goes into your blood connects your thoughts, your thoughts with everything in your body. Your blood touches everything in your body. So
it's like that experiment. I always talk about this. That experiment that shows that there is a flower in water, and there's like 10 different flowers, and then each different water has a different emotion attached to it. So happy, angry, sad, blah blah blah, and literally the plants, absorb that energy, and it shows. So the sad one is all
and how
crying.
because like the person conducting this experiment would say happy things to the plants,
right.
or would yell at the plant that was like supposed to be connected to anger,
would cry, would be depressed, and would like mimic those emotions, or put the water in those situations, like literally sit there and cry in front of that water in the plant, and the plants absorbed it, and they would literally be sad and crying, and or like dying, right? Dying.
Yeah.
They wouldn't thrive. They would not. The anger, fear, sad, depressed water plants, they would not thrive.
Yeah. And that's what's happening with our body when we are in those spaces. And also, how does that create our reality? Well, if you're in those thoughts, You're releasing those thoughts into your blood. Your blood is now affecting is now taking that. What? Let's think about think about your blood being the water now with that energy, with the heavy dense energy, because of the chemical. And so now it's taking that heavy dense energy to different parts of your body. Now your body is in dis-ease, it's suffering, it's in the depression, literally in the depression. And now your body now is living in that dense energy. So physically you are creating the reality that you are thinking of. But then this is the trauma part. Or more like I learned this in a trauma book. When we go through experiences that we haven't healed from, we will look at life through the lens that we adopted from this experience. So if I'm angry at my dad and I haven't processed my anger with my dad, I'm going to look at the world through my lens of anger, my victim mentality, my abandonment issues. So I can be looking at somebody at the sidewalk, and because of my lens, I'm like, oh my God, that person is so rude and a narcissist and blah, 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 blah. And my mom could be looking at that same person and be like, oh my God, I love their outfit. They're so cool, blah, blah, blah. But because she's not looking at it from my lens. So my lens, my trauma, my experiences, my thoughts are creating my reality. My perception is essentially creating the reality I live in.
And so that's why it's so important right now during these times to not live in that fear and that anger and that hate, because that's what is like, that's a propaganda. They want us to be mad, to be fighting each other. And that's what they're getting. And so that's why it's so important to not fall into that trap. Yes, it's not what's a good word to use. It's not it's not easy, right? To live in this reality, but let's change that and be like, you know what? We're gonna do the best we can, and this is not our reality. So we're not gonna live in that fear. Don't give into that fear, but look at it through that lens of love, of compassion.
That's the best solution.
And yes, you don't have to be happy, right? But look at it through compassion. Like, okay, what can I do? How can I support? How can I help? And when you see all these people like on Facebook fighting, don't fall into that trap and fight.
That's a big one. My Facebook also is very, you know what I mean? People are angry, and I understand that. But instead of being angry at whoever, I'm just going to do what I can and go on live and spread some love.
Right. At least don't add to that anger. Don't add to it. Don't go fight. I was laughing because some of these old ladies, man, these old ladies love to fight. These are ladies where they're fighting on Facebook about taxes, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, so see, that's where I have to stop. I went ahead and full disclosure, full transparency. I opened the whole thread and read it all.
Oh hell no! What's the tea? Well, tell me later. Is this somebody I know, or is it just in general?
One of the dancehall ladies.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn.
It's just funny. She deleted the post.
Oh, damn.
Because then she's like, I'm not gonna fight, but then she proceeded to argue with this person for forever, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's so easy to get sucked into that. Trust me, I know. But anyways, so not only are you creating the reality on a physical level that it affects your body, you are creating the dis-ease. Like, that's why you're sick all the time. Or you think, well, being anxious isn't affecting me, or being afraid isn't affecting me, being angry doesn't affect me. Yes, it does, ma'am. Yes, it does. I was watching this podcast, and this man was talking about how this is so real and it's so apparent. You can tell this is real because when people are in love, you look at them and you're like, oh my God, you're glowing. And it's because all they're thinking about in those beginning days, right, is the love, is the excitement. They're happy. And so they're thinking about this constantly. Their brain is constantly releasing endorphins into their bloodstream. So they're literally like feeding nothing but goodness and love to their body. Of course they're going to be glowing. You know what I mean? And then you can now, and their perspective is also in that space. So they're going to go and love everybody. They're not gonna be angry while driving. They're gonna be like, yeah, go ahead, cut me off.
Well,
It's
there's no road
fine."
rage.
Yeah, there's no road rage.
Oh, they're
They're gonna
picking me
open
up.
the
Oh,
door
hi
to
you too.
strangers. But yeah, so you create your reality, and all of this is energy. All of this is energy. Your thoughts are energy, vibrations, frequency, your words, your throat chakra, all of this. You are emitting frequency. And not even just your words, right? You look at your being is energy. Your
Everything you eat,
everything.
everything you touch, everything is energy.
Everything is energy. The whole universe is energy. So, if you are emitting a specific energy out, you are going to get that same energy back.
So you know how they say you can't, that you can make a difference, or you might believe that just 1% can't make a change. You can.
You can.
You can.
With just your energy. You are sending, if you send that love, you're sending love instead of hate. That's good. That's good enough.
Yes.
Sending love instead of that hate to the universe, you're going to get love back, and that's better than getting hate back. Yeah. So that's the bigger picture, right?
That change.
That's the macro level of as within, so below. As within,
above,
so without. As above, so below. As within, so without.
Yeah.
Everything is a mirror.
Everything.
So whatever you get back, it's like a soundboard. You know, you throw something at it and it shoots it back. That's literally the universe. Okay, so that's why they're like, you create your reality. So
don't get caught up in that fear. Don't. When you find yourself falling into that fear that you're getting scared, then stop scrolling. Go walk.
literally.
Go outside. Get some sun. Eat something healthy, like Natalie said. Go enjoy the kids, enjoy the family. And then 2, don't act out of fear, out of hatred. So the moment you want to start fighting, or you're in that opposition and you want to start going off, just take a step back. Walk away.
Walk away. Yeah. It could be that easy, but our mind says, no, it can't be that easy.
No. Yeah.
And so then we just spiral. And I don't know if I've talked about this, but I realized that's what was happening with me when it came to my trauma. I just couldn't let it go. And it was like, but I already know it. I already know where it comes from. I literally know my trauma like the back of my hand. Why am I still living in it? Well, because my mind tells me I can't let it go, because I've just become so attached to it.
Oh my God, you're like Sophia. So she literally named her problem and said, don't be like me and do this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
what are you talking about?
That one time she told me that she was like, don't be mad at blah, blah, blah. You need to forgive.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was so funny.
Yeah.
And so she knows exactly what her problem is, but she's just not
She doesn't want to let it go.
ready to let it go. I'm like.
But too, that's just your mind, right? Your mind tells you you're not ready, or your mind is whatever. And the point is to keep you in the same space. And we had talked about this. Go.
Because it's comfortable. You know it, right? So sometimes change is scary.
100%. 100%. And then
but take the leap.
We had talked about how our mind doesn't want to get us out, or it's more like our ego doesn't want to get us out of that space, because our ego is afraid of death. And if we grow, if we evolve, if we ascend, we'll reach a point where our ego no longer exists.
And that's what the ego's scared of. The ego does not want to not be there.
Yeah.
The ego wants to be in control always, and it does everything it can to stay there.
Yeah. Hence the arguing, or the fighting, or the keeping you stuck, keeping you stagnant, keeping you in that same space. So you just have to be like, look, we're chill. We're going to evolve. We're going to move up. And I remember, I don't know if this was a reading, but in my mind, I was connecting this to live. So I think I was on live when I was talking about this, or I was going through it. But I think I was going through it like, No, it was on live. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
I really get stuck on where did I get this information. But I remember talking about this on live. I think it was a reading. Somebody, they were like, when you feel fear, I want you to understand that that means you are about to evolve. Once you push through the fear, you've reached that growth that you are looking for. Oh, wait, or Natalie told us about this? I don't remember where the hell I
Natalie
got
talked
this
about that
information.
too, but oh my god, yes, that is so
That
true.
it was like,
That is so
see
true.
that fear as like a green flag or as a sign that's like, you're there. You're there.
Yes. Oh my god, yes. I think that's beautiful. That is so true. I think that those have been my biggest moments of like growth and learning. Like once I get past that fear.
Yeah.
Dang, once you get past that panic attack.
You grow.
Yeah.
So yeah, after that panic attack, I think I shared the information with you, and then you got scared too, and I was like,
She scared me for a
"Shit."
moment. She scared
Shit.
me.
But I think I was already better at that point when I
She
told
scared
you.
me. But mine was just a moment.
Yeah, wait, I don't know if I told you before. You like coughed in my fucking face. Like, I'm so grossed out right now.
It's because she's a total germaphobe. Hey, it's okay. It's not your reality. Don't fall into the fear. You're fine. You walk with the hand of God. Okay, come back. Sister. Sister, come back. Don't get lost, sister.
So gross. I'm trying so hard not to think about it.
Don't fall into the opposition.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. It just happened. I don't know how.
Anyways,
Oh.
my little chapter.
I blessed you, girl. I blessed you.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, guys. You're fine.
I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about.
You're fine. It's just my asthma cough.
Dude. What were we talking about? We have to talk about your asthma in the next podcast.
Okay, we'll talk about that one. I don't even
Don't
know.
look at me. Don't face me. I'm afraid you're gonna cough at me.
Grosera.
Not trying to be rude.
No, I was rude for coughing on
It's
in your
okay.
face. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I know you did not do it on purpose.
I just saw your face.
What the hell were we talking about? Oh yeah, that you got scared. I got scared.
You scared me.
I
think
know.
it took a moment, but
I know it's because I wasn't shocked. I was shocked that the lawyer told me that. I was not expecting that at all. I thought the lawyer was gonna be like, "Yeah, you're good, girl. You're chill. Be chill." But they didn't. They were like, "Okay, just prepare him." And I was like, "What?
prepare him for what?
I know. What the fuck are you talking about?" And then oh yeah, my husband was talking about how nobody's working anymore. There was something that I wanted to talk about, but I forgot it. But we're already at the hour.
Yeah. I cut her inspiration.
She
short.
did.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not. And I'm also really tired. I've been up since 6:30.
And she usually does not wake up at that time.
Anyways, and
We've both been up early.
yeah.
I got up early too. I never wake up early.
She's passed out. Her mouth is open. It's always open.
It's always
the little
open.
girl. I
All right,
also want to
y'all.
be passed out, so I'm
Thank
gonna
you
probably
for-
go nap.
Joining us. I'm so excited. We're slowly getting back into our routine.
Yeah, we're doing it, girl.
We're doing it. Slowly
It's
getting there
crazy.
with our assistants, man.
These assistants are crazy.
They are.
Okay,
They are.
I did reach my limit.
Me too.
That
I'm ready.
cough really threw me over the edge, I think.
Well, you know what? Thank you. Thank you all. Have a lovely week. Stay in the love. Stay
in
out
the
of
love.
the fear.
Look into our classes when you enroll. Don't get into scarcity when you think about that. I know we talked about this last time that our classes trigger scarcity
They
in our
do.
people,
They do.
and I'm feeling it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, let's just not. Let's
Yeah.
live in the abundance. Let's create that reality that you live in the abundance. Live in the love, create the reality that you want, and make sure it's one of love, bliss, abundance, peace, prosperity, resilience.
Ashe.
Um,
And if you have questions about the classes, reach out.
yeah, DM us. All the information's on the website, minus the deposits. I have to fix that because there was an error. And I will see you guys. We will see you guys.
We'll see you guys next
week's
week.
episode.
Friday morning.
Or maybe we'll probably go live. It's gonna be.
Oh, it's been a week.
Oh
a
no,
month.
let's do one more and then that one.
No, I think it is time to go live.
Is this the third or the second?
1, 2, 3. It's gonna be the 4th. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll keep you guys updated.
Ah.
Don't fight with people.
No.
You know better.
Yes. Ciao, Bella.
Bye. Love you.